weekend, we're here at the LA Times Festival of Books at the beautiful campus of USC. This is the annual book fair, which is the largest book festival in the United States. And over the last 5 years, Farhang Foundation has been presenting Iran through books, which is a platform where we present Iranian authors, books about Iran, Iranian culture, art, cuisine, history, and poetry, and any topic involving Iran. This year we're proud to have 4 distinguished authors at our booth, including Sheila Salamat, Naz Deravian, Dr. Pedram Khosronejad, and Dr. Ahmad Karimi-Hakkak. It's a pleasure to share our Iranian culture with everyone who attends this amazing book festival, and I thank everyone for coming here to support us.
I have written 3 books about Iranian holidays, Nowruz, Charshanbe Suri, and Sizde Bedar, or as we say in English, Red Wednesday and Nature Day. I started this project a little over 3 years ago when I was invited to my son's preschool classroom to share about Nowruz. I was looking for a fun and exciting book that the children would like, and so I ended up coming up with my own. It's got a lot of very animated, happy illustrations, and the book is told in rhyme, which really help children to learn. It was just really important for me, for my children, to learn and appreciate our culture. I think it's so wonderful that Farhang Foundation is a part of this Los Angeles Times Festival of Books. It's amazing for our Iranian community, and it's also wonderful that we're reaching other communities and cultures. They are so interested and appreciative of what we have to offer, and it's really an honor for us to be here.
Today I'm honored to be one of the guest authors of the Farhang Foundation for this book fair. I'm sociocultural and visual anthropologist, and the main series of books that I present here are visual studies of Iran book series that I created since 2017 for studying the Qajar photography and the importance of photography for studying anthropological topics of Iran. As you can see here, I have 3 volumes of this series. The first one on photography of African slavery in Iran. The second one is on Qajar material culture and religious images. And the third one are photographs that the king of Iran, Nasser-Din Shah, made inside his harems from his wives and concubines. We hope with the creation of this series, we bring to the greater audience, far from scholarships, to learn more about the Qajar era Iran, the importance of photography for studying social history of this period of Iran. During my 15 years of working in academia, I worked and collaborated with many Iranian foundations and organizations around the world, mostly in Western countries. But more and more I understand the importance of the contribution of Farhang Foundation to make impact on civil society, families, and Iranians who are living in California and Southern California and Los Angeles. And I see with the presentation of a collection of books here and seeing families are coming with young children, and I think this is very important duty that Farhang is doing these days for making impact and transferring the Iranian culture for the next generation of our families here in the United States.
This is my first cookbook, Bottom of the Pot. It's a cookbook, but it's more than a cookbook. There's stories as well. I wanted to share our recipes with my friends who are mostly non-Iranian, but also Iranians of my generation who wanted to recreate these dishes for their families here in the diaspora. And along the way, as I started cooking and making all these dishes, a lot of memories from my childhood in Iran came back. And through these dishes and this food, it was a way of telling my story. through the food. I think that every cook should bring their own taste to whatever it is they're making and not feel like they have to make something a certain way. I think it's wonderful and valuable and necessary. We have so many wonderful authors that maybe would not be introduced to a wider audience. And as I see so many people walk by and walk into this wonderful booth, and we have cookbooks and we have children's books and we have books on poetry and design and architecture and novels, I think it's absolutely wonderful.
I've been asked to bring some of my books here. Most of my books I don't have really, or I don't have extra copies, but some of them of course are with others, but there are about 6 or 7 books here that I have written through the years out of the 24 or 5 books that I have written, and they represent a good sampling of the work that I have done. My work of course is concentrated on Persian poetry, and most of my scholarship has been on Persian poetry, but it's so good to see that people are being attracted to it, and it's so many people are come and ask questions. That's really what we need, and that's exactly what I think what Farhang Foundation is giving the people of this city, to have a way of getting to know cultures beyond their political situations. In the case of the Persian language and Iran, of course, that cultural aspect is very important, because unfortunately these days when the name of Iran comes up, everybody thinks about the politicians and the political leaders. Few people think about, the culture, the poetry, the language, the music, and the arts that this culture has presented to the world.